Hamilton deserves leadership beyond politics, and that it's time for a different skill set to deliver a different approach and a different outcome. Head for detail, heart for Hamilton, vote for Karalus.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Welcome to NOIS.
NOIS.
No one is safe.
And no topic continues people to remain safe around us. Well, what's our topic today, Juana?
The future is now.
Is now, people. And why are we choosing this topic, and what is this topic really about? What's the background? So, as much as you guys know, we are not very much a political type of podcast.
We're making an exception today.
We are. And that is primarily because we are obviously committed, to a profession, to fostering growth, within our
100%.
society. And we're looking at the guiding values that shape, the society. More importantly, what I love most is we love female empowerment, especially being a woman in New Zealand, leading to becoming successful and becoming a good leader. So we are really, really pleased to be joined by Rachel Karalus, who is one of the youngest candidates running for mayor in Hamilton. Her journey is very, very inspiring, and we're so blessed that she's here sharing that with us. We'll be kind of going into some compelling perspectives on youth leadership, her visionary thinking, and challenging the status quo, really, in the public service. Rachel, do you want to just tell the people want to hear a bit about you?
Kia ora, talofa. As Tonya has said, my name is Rachel Karalus. I am very pleased to be here, and I hope that you are as entertained as I have been in the last 15 minutes of my first introduction to Tonya and Huara. So I'm sure that this will be a revelation.
It will. We are in for a ride. I'm strapped in.
You are strapped in. Before we do kick off, I just want to say a quick mention to our sponsors, TUI Medical. Said it before, www.tuimedical.co.nz. Need a new GP, jump online, go on and sign up.
Yep.
And if you're lucky, you get to see this guy.
Hi.
As Tonya mentioned, we're very excited to have you here, Rachel, so thank you so much for joining us. I'm super keen, and I know Tonya is too, and obviously our guests, our audience want to hear about your journey to the leadership. Like what inspired you? How did you get to where you are today?
I think it would be fair to say that all of my experiences, both personal and professional, have led me to this point, to this moment, and that I'm ready for it. I think that Hamilton needs a different approach to produce a different outcome, and that a different set of skills is needed at this time, and I believe that I bring that set of skills. I think it is a time for leadership beyond politics.
Yep.
I love Hamilton.
Yes.
I love the people of Hamilton. I really believe in our ability to build a city that everybody can enjoy living in.
Yeah.
Yes.
So did you feel that 10 years ago?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So there was that shift, there was that change there in your journey,
shift.
and like you say, with your professional world, your personal world.
Yes.
It was almost like there was those are the building blocks, right? So we talk about those that brings you to a point, but you don't know necessarily that you're going to be there.
100%. And so I think about my background as a lawyer. So over 15 years of experience, a lot of which was representing city councils, which doesn't sound very sexy, but when you stand here looking back, it's actually very helpful for what I'm about to step into. And I think too, the other thing about being a lawyer is I know people particularly when they're under pressure. I can assess information, I can formulate strategy, I can analyse risk, I can advocate for a position, and I can execute an outcome. So these are all good things.
Yes.
And then in my role as a CEO, I've led major capital development. I've grown a business from 20 to 90 plus. I've stood up new businesses, an early learning centre and primary care. And I've done these things in a team. It's not all the credit to myself. I've done these things in a team, and we've done this applying a commercial mindset, and in a funding constrained environment, which I think when you're thinking about the City Council, we're stewards of taxpayer money in the for-purpose space. So when you think about local government, you are stewards of ratepayers' money, and so everybody needs to be thinking as though each dollar is their own dollar that we're spending.
So
wow.
So,
the way you talked and listed this out, that actually the things that you're saying were, when you look at it from the past, isn't sexy. It was very sexy. Not like that. How would you describe yourself and your brand and who Rachel is? Not just on a political side, but even...
they're one and the same. So I think anyone that knows me would probably describe me as being purpose and values driven. I think that they would say that I am hardworking, that integrity is key, that I do what I say I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I love that.
Because how many people out there say it's all the lip service.
It is. There is a lot of orders that, like I say on this every time. It's one thing to order from the store and then I get it shipped from Temu. If I was going to dive in a little bit more specifically, are there any sort of personal philosophies that you've had that shape who you are and shape this brand? Off the top of your head, is there any?
I heard something a couple of months ago that really resonated with me, and that was, we become what we tolerate. And so I've been reflecting on that in terms of who I am personally and my habits.
Yes.
And then also the things that I see happen around me and the environments that I'm in. Am I a bystander? Or, you know,
gosh.
So just that we become what we tolerate has really become, for me, a call to action.
Yeah.
And it's a very big motivation for me putting my hand up at this time.
Yes. I absolutely love that.
My mind's been blown.
Sorry, guys. Connor, do you need a minute?
No, it's just so liberating, like just to hear you speak. And it's just
you are what you tolerate. Really, because even if you start off not, you know, because people think that you can just because I'm not engaging in it doesn't mean it's not affecting me. You know, and I think that's really interesting, that if you're just a bystander and you're allowing it to happen around you, eventually it's going to start becoming a part of who you are.
Yes.
You know? Wow. I love that.
And that's how culture builds in a society as well.
Oh, definitely.
Because that's what becomes normal. If nobody's going to say anything about it, and they're seeing a problem and no one is doing anything, it becomes a thing. It's a normal thing because nobody has said it's not. You know, amazing.
Basically answered my next question, which was around the head and heart. Like, I just, watching your campaign to now, I was really curious of what the, and you just, it's beautiful.
There's more.
There's more, please. Yeah. Like, I'm so keen to hear, we're all keen to hear more about that, because that.
So I think being a lawyer and having practiced for such a long time, my default is to go to the detail, because that's the job, right?
Yeah.
Big thinkers, they tend to take into account a broader context and potentially be a bit more visionary. And in leadership, I think you do need both. As a leader, you need to stay out of the weeds, you need to keep the vision alive, you've got to keep the strategy moving, but you also need to be able to take a deep dive into the detail when the team needs reassurance about the direction, when something goes wrong, or when you have an instinct that something's not quite right. And so that's the head part of it. If my head and my body is not connected to the cause or to my heart, it won't happen.
It won't.
If my heart's not connected to the cause, it won't happen. And I think that is how I ended up in the for-purpose space, so transitioning from law into the for-purpose space, and that is how I've ended up making the decision that I've made recently to stand for Mayor of Hamilton.
And I love that phrase that you just said, where it's your head and your heart don't, because a lot of times we tend to think that our head and heart are two different entities, like our yin and yang, are positive and negative, or you know, one is loose and one is one is lala and one is grounded. When in actual fact, they're just two sides of the same coin. Doing one thing, which is using your head, and it's making you choose one thing completely different from what your heart is choosing, then you're going to eventually because they're in the same person, you're gonna get hurt. Something's gonna fail.
Oh, there would just be such a cognitive dissonance there.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is it.
You'll end up unwell.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're giving us all the nuggets. At the end of this, I'm gonna suggest you write a book, girl.
What does success, like those key qualities in success, especially as a woman, like we have more challenges maybe?
100%, not maybe.
Yeah, what would you identify as those key?
I think there are two very essential attributes to leadership generally in business, in anything. And the first would be knowing who you are.
Oh my God, Rachel, you're gonna make me cry.
Well, he's a bit emotional.
Yeah.
I love that because if you don't know who you are and where you're coming from, then you don't know where you're going. How do you know where you're going?
Well, another reason it's really important is it helps you set boundaries.
Yeah.
Rachel, were you on our podcast last what?
No, we've just released the boundaries.
This is beautiful. It is.
Yeah,
oh my God,
we're like full believers in that.
Yeah.
You know, making sure you set those boundaries.
Yeah.
To protect yourself.
That's right. I mean, the knowing yourself can be liberating and protective at the same time.
At the same time.
Yeah. So there's that. There's knowing yourself, and then I think the other piece is actually understanding and living that leadership is about others. It's not about the self. I think as women, and probably for everyone, the other thing is actually just being constantly aware of what's going on around you, and constantly evaluating. So. Where have we come from? Where are we now? Where are we relative to where we're going? And what are we missing? Yeah. It's really important in business, but whether it's private or, in the for-purpose space, life is never static.
Yeah. Being able to adapt quickly to change and either accept, and if you don't accept, just communicate.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Communication's huge.
Yes.
Not meaning to go back to your brand and how it is. I feel like I nearly want to get my own personal. I'm not doing this for personal gain. I'm like, so tell me about your brand. So how did you want to apply it to our podcast? No, I'm just kidding. What sort of obstacles, if there were any, have you faced? And they helped each other? Have you found that, or are you just kind of merging them together, being like, actually, yes, I am Rachel, that Rachel, but I'm also this Rachel, being your mayor, and I'm at, because some people would be like, oh, well, yeah, this is the political side now, but it's great you accomplished blah, 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 blah. Do you find that trying to establish that link and tell it to people and explain why it's important, why those qualities apply to a political environment?
I think, as a half caste, Afro-Kasi, Pacific, New Zealand European woman, having spent the last 8 years in the Pacific space, that there was always a risk that I would get pigeonholed is just that.
Yeah.
I love and I'm very proud of being Samoan, but also there is much more to me than that.
Yeah.
On my father's side, his dad had roots back to Lithuania, hence Karalus, which is actually Lithuanian. And my nana, she was Swiss. She spoke Swiss. She taught us Swiss cards and she taught us Swiss baking delicacies.
Oh, cute.
And so I think one of the challenges has been or continues to this day, representing that I'm much, much more than a half-caste woman in a Politasi advocating for a minority group in Aotearoa. And I think the big lesson is I'm 100% Samoan, I'm 100% New Zealand European, I'm 100% Lithuanian and Swiss. I'm the sum of many parts.
Yeah.
And there's a big enough lesson in itself. But then I guess the other piece or connected to that is that there's a lot of conversation about diversity and inclusion and the need for representation and that sort of thing. And I don't advocate for diversity and inclusion, I embody it.
Yes. Rachel.
Yeah.
We need to turn the aircon on in here. All these other little taxonomies that you want to put me in, but most importantly, I'm 100% me. You're getting a package. I'm not any one of those things.
That's right.
I'm all of them.
Yes. And the second part to your question was around transitioning to the political space, and I was just using how people compartmentalize ethnicity.
Yeah.
And then you've got, I see individuals being labelled as left or right. Whereas for me, what I bring into the space is independence, so leadership beyond politics, the ability to make decisions on issues based on the available information in a timely way without being burdened by
all these labels and taxonomies, and these issues are ever evolving. And it's funny because of the labels and stuff, they change like underwear, really. When did you realize you had the capacity for this? When did you realize or that I enjoy, because if you think about it, when you were a CEO, you've done in all of these aspects of your lives, you've been leading people, and you may not have even known without being like, I am a great leader, but you would have had this passion for leadership or guidance. I'd use that word, which is sort of what leadership is. When did you realize this? Was there ever the moment where you're like, oh, I'm actually quite good at this, it is a little bit of a kind of, oh, am I going to pat myself on the back here? But I think a good healthy pat on the back is good. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to disappoint you.
Oh.
I've always shied away from using the word leader with reference to myself. I think my philosophy has always been that everybody is a leader, and in an organisation everybody has the opportunity to be a leader if they so choose. Because leadership, it isn't a title or a role. It's actually about your ability to influence. And you picked up on it before. I've always been like, well, actually, to be a leader you have to have followers. And then you think about in the workplace, people are being paid, so leadership is actually a bit of a construct.
Because they're like, oh, who's going to apply for that role?
Yeah, but that's not to say that that leadership is obviously critical to the success of organisations. But what I'm getting to saying is that rather than describing myself as being passionate and having the capacity for leadership, what I would say is that I'm passionate about people, which is the heart piece, and that I have the capability and the competency to drive change and to bring the best out of myself and others. And why would we want to do that? We want to do that because the people that we serve deserve the best.
Yes. Rachel, can I vote now?
You did mention before, Rachel, you only recently decided to step forward. So when you say recently, what are we talking? A month ago, 2 months ago, 6 months?
Roughly a month ago.
Wow, see, wow, that is amazing.
Look at, you've been doing this for a while.
So in that time, you've managed to rally together your team.
Yes.
Quite quickly.
Yes.
And set a plan.
Yes.
That strategy around how we're going to execute this. What steps.
Yes.
And it's impressive. It just goes to show that you had that strength there already from your different
look at
portions.
you guys. Look at what you guys are doing. You decided to do something and you're doing it. So it comes back to I do what I say I'm going to do.
Yeah. And I love that. I love that. That's the energy we need and Hamilton needs for sure.
Obviously you're passionate about
the Tron.
And to be fair, both Tonya and I are not from here, but we choose to live here.
Yes.
As well. So obviously we like it enough to base ourselves here, to live here. We now call it home.
Yes.
And obviously as the years go by, we love it,
even
enjoy it more and more and more. Yeah. What is the growth, the future of Hamilton, the financials, the infrastructure? Like there's so much going on. Like the growth is huge, right?
Yeah, I think it's now
commercial, residential.
Because I think it is the number one fastest. It used to be the Mount. Now I think it's the Mount was the fastest growing. I think Hamilton is now has beat them, and it's now the fastest growing. So you have a bit on your plate, good girl.
Was that a challenge?
Oh well, I know you're up for it. But so
Hamilton is the fastest growing city. We also have the youngest population with a median age of about 33, I think it is.
So, really did not know that.
Where are they?
Yeah, so there we go.
Wow.
Us youngsters.
Yeah,
me, you,
youngsters,
Joanna, and the rest, and go.
I think we've got some big issues around infrastructure.
Yeah.
Growth, which you've mentioned, and also affordability. But I think the single most pressing concern for the people of Hamilton at the moment is affordability of rates in the context of a cost of living crisis. There is no question that we need to spend money on infrastructure, so transport and water. Those are our really big ticket items for the city. But I think there is a very real question to be asked around whether Hamilton is getting the best deal that it can, and that would be one of the first things that I would make a priority as mayor. Public safety at the moment is a big concern for Hamiltonians.
100%.
And I think that a coordinated response of all players across that continuum is needed. At Hamilton, people deserve to be able to walk around Hamilton with peace of mind day and night time. So that would be another thing that's top of mind. I think those are the key things.
100%. Because I mean, the crime, I don't know what the stats are around the regions, throughout the country. You hear on social media quite often, obviously it's the Aucklands, that's where the population is, so that makes sense. But it'd be interesting to see where we sit in that tally.
Oh, and look, I think Hamilton generally is a safe place to be, but bad things do happen, and there's no question that it does knock people's confidence. And what we want is people to be confident in their ability to go around day to day, attending to whatever it is that they need to attend to without fear. And especially, you want to be able to send your kids to school on the bus
safely
and know that they're going to get off the bus and walk home.
And nothing's going to happen.
Yes. And it's not a platitude. Safety is not a privilege. It's just a basic.
It's a basic human right.
Totally.
Okay, now I think we can get on to my favorite part of all of this. So obviously, before we go on to my favorite segment, which is the Would You Rather segment, is there anything else? Oh. I'll tell you what, Rachel, it could be a kind of worm for you if you try and argue with me. But you can if you want. If you're persistent on me, you can convince me to do anything, really, Rachel, at this point. Is there anything else you wanted to say in the wrap up and before we move on to
there probably is just one more thing.
Yeah, of course.
That would be to reiterate, as I said at the beginning, that all of my personal and professional experiences to date have led me to this point, to this moment, and that I'm ready for it. Hamilton deserves leadership beyond politics, and that it's time for a different skill set to deliver a different approach and a different outcome. Head for detail, heart for Hamilton, vote for Karalus.
Yay! Oh my God, I was actually wanting to hear that in person. I feel like I've heard it, I'm like, I wonder if he's going to say it. I don't want to be pushy.
Tonya is going to throw a whole lot of quick fire questions, which are who would you rather?
No, would you rather?
Gosh, I do this every
time.
You
like doing that one. Why do we want to do someone? Jesus.
I mean, would you rather? Sorry, so it's would you rather, not who would you rather.
Yeah.
So would you rather? So you've got like 1, 2, 3 seconds max to answer. Yeah.
But I'm a perspective, so I'm going to need at least 3 weeks to get to it. I'm going to write it down and get back to you.
I was racing, I'll tell you that. Okay, so Rachel, would you rather do a political debate in a karaoke bar or on TikTok?
TikTok.
Yes.
So, would you rather a slogan written by a 5th grader or a conspiracy theorist?
5th grader.
Would you? Oh, this one's gonna get you. Would you rather run against your best friend or your worst enemy?
Worst enemy.
Your worst enemy, yeah. I reckon that would be really give it sauce. I will put everything on the table for this. Would you rather sing your campaign speech or rap it?
Oh, rap.
Oh damn! Oh my god, I want to see that. Oh my god, Rachel. I'm getting very small.
Stop. No.
Yeah, and I stopped. Okay, I missed it. Okay. Would you? We have time. Would you rather your campaign ad be narrated by Morgan Freeman or David Attenborough?
Morgan Freeman.
I know he does have that soothing voice.
Oh,
If you were to debate and they told you had to wear a cape or a tiara for every single debate you're going to, which would you choose?
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I want to see her face like, oh yeah, that's my girl, that's me. Hawaiian shirt or Christmas jumper?
Hawaiian shirt.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm more of a Christmas jumper kind of guy, but then again, is that Northern Hemisphere? I need to shake that shit off. And lastly but not least, would you rather campaign with a marching band playing or a mariachi band?
Mariachi.
Oh yes! Awesome! Yay! So that's all. She wasn't that bad at Quick Fire, girl.
No, that was a little dough. No.
I know. I'm just spice it up next time. Don't worry. We'll get you when you are officially elected, and then we'll play that game again. See how it goes. So thankful to have you here with us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It's so great to not just know you from a political side, but just to see a little bit the other side of Rachel.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure this is literally a slither of a slither of a slither, but I can really tell that you are an amazing human being. You put a lot of heart, as it is on your organization, you put a lot of heart into what you do, not just from this, but even in every other aspect of your life. And that's probably why you are very successful as a human being. So we are very, very privileged to have you on here with us. We will be following your campaign very strictly.
Thank you. Yeah, Levi, thank you so much. I also do know that there is another team that we have to say thank you to.
Yes.
On behalf of your team. So if you want to do a quick shout out to your...
I just want to thank my team, the volunteers that have been, putting all of this together. They've been amazing.
The backbone.
Service.
Guys.
Yeah, service.
That's
We appreciate that.
Just goes to show you can't do anything without others.
A great
for those.
Yeah,
whether it's just one person or 5 or 10 or 50 or 100 teams are important.
Good support system.
So that's super
awesome.
Cool. So thanks again for joining in. We appreciate you being here and obviously having Rachel here with us today. Don't forget to subscribe
down below.
We're going to chuck a couple. Look at my...
I know, you're still very flustered, Rachel. I need to run.
We're going to chuck a couple of extra links in
Rachel's
bio below to Rachel's page. But thanks again.
Thank you.
Appreciate everybody.
Bye.
We'll see you next time.
See you.
Bye.